You know, one thing that hurts more than anything else is betrayal. And nothing hurts like betrayal from a family member. Now, when you get betrayed, it could be for a lot of different reasons. They could hurt your heart, they could hurt your pride, it could just simply hurt your feelings. I had a cousin of mine. He was always real shady. He was shifty. He was shisty. A lot of words that started with SH. But he had never crossed me. Now, I'm not saying that because I thought he was scared of me or, had any sort of reverence for me or anything like that. I just thought that maybe I never put myself in a position to give him an opportunity to cross me. But it happened. And at first, when I started recording this, I thought I was going to go into detail and tell you what he did, but I don't think I'm going to. Only because even though my family doesn't really watch these, I still, it could happen, and that's not something that I want to have to be on my square, defending my square and what I did or the outcome of that situation with my family, the next family reunion. It's just, I am who I am. I did what I did just because you only got one time to cross me, and it's a wrap. And I understand sometimes situations happen, things, and I even give you the benefit of the doubt and listen to you depending on your relationship with me. But, if a person shows you who they are, believe them. Hello, Governor. This is Rakai Steed, Noob from the Ville. And we're talking about Doctor Who Season 7, Episode 11, Journey to the Center of the Tardis. Now, I'm calling this particular media therapy deep dive Heart of Deception. Really quick recap, and I'm going to keep all of my recaps really, really quick from here on out. If you want to see the reaction and the discussion that Centel and I had watching this, go into the description and watch our reaction. The Doctor and Clara are traveling through space, and they get a tractor beam put on the TARDIS, and it pulls against the TARDIS and it throws the TARDIS all out of whack. And they are a salvage crew. They're salvaging spaceships and stuff in space, and they salvage the police box, but they don't know that it's manned. They don't know that they can't get in. And then putting the tractor beam on the TARDIS, it starts a weird chain of events. Now, the salvage crew is run by a set of brothers, led by Ashley Walters. You may be familiar with Ashley Walters. You may be familiar with Ashley Walters from the extraordinary might be heavy, but from the very good series Top Boy on Netflix. The engines on the TARDIS become damaged, and the Doctor and Clara go through a number of, I don't even want to say adventures. It's almost mishaps and things going on inside the TARDIS. And it's one of the few episodes that we get an extensive tour of different parts around the TARDIS and go to different areas within the TARDIS, because it is bigger on the inside. We find out that the brothers salvaging him, it's two brothers and a droid that they have with them. The brothers are greedy, and all they want is to salvage the TARDIS and get as much money as they can. But due to that greed, due to deception, we find out towards the end that everything with the brothers is not what it seems at all. And in the end, they end up paying the ultimate price for their deception. You know that I love my quotes. So one of them is by Christine Freehand. Family betrayals are the most devastating because the weapons used against you are the memories that you once cherished. When a family member betrays you, they will prey upon the things that you held dear, the weaknesses that maybe only they're privy to. And they will use other loved ones or things that only should come up in family, they use it against you. And why? Sometimes it's money, it's greed, it's power, it's position. I had a cousin of mine, and now me and my cousin were close. But it was brought to my attention. Another family member said to me, they said, now are you going to do X, Y, and Z? And I was like, no, why? And they said, well, your cousin did it, so you're not going to do something? I was like, no, why would I do that? And they said, you don't know that you and your cousin are in competition? No. That's news to me, and what I found out was that, in a bit of reflection, my cousin was secretly kind of in competition with me. And that was because since me and my brother were world travelers, we lived all over the world because of my father being in the military. When we arrived here in Kentucky, he no longer was the favorite of the family or whatever. I mean, if he thought he was the favorite of the family, or maybe he was, I don't know. But we arrived with a bit of notoriety. And then, being an athlete, playing several sports, being better at him than those sports, being smarter and a straight A student and devastatingly handsome. You see it. It made it very hard for him to compete in a competition that I didn't even know we were having. Another quote that I love is, when you choose to hurt someone who really loves you with lies, deceit, and betrayal, you decide to become one of the worst decisions that they ever made. The thing about family is you're not obligated to them. I was friends with my cousin because I wanted to. I have several cousins that I don't rock with like that just because I see how they move and nah, I'm good. You stay in your lane, I'll stay over here. But I was friends with my cousin because I wanted to. I wanted to be. And when betrayal rears its head, you have to think back about, I chose to be your friend. I chose to have your back. I chose to hold you down 100, and you chose to betray that. And it's a hard thing to get past. The thing is, we all have to realize that sometimes God removes people from your life for a reason. Don't run after them. Don't try to force something where it's no longer in your best interest. It's hard to let go, and it's hard to realize things that in your heart of hearts you knew all along. When they're removed from your life, sometimes it is for your protection. It is for your good, whether you knew it or not. The funny thing about deception and betrayal is when you don't allow people to get away with disrespecting you, they always, not always, but a lot of times, and especially in this age of social media, they become the victim. They have no problem putting the blame on you, saying you're the difficult one, you're the narcissist. People love to throw out a lot of these new buzzwords as if they've been going to therapy sessions. And you know how much I'm an advocate for therapy. Mental health is important. Therapy has helped me. And even though I was a big therapy denier for a long time, I had a very skewed view of what mental deficiencies look like. Depression, anxiety, I didn't know. And unfortunately, a lot of times, a lot of us are stuck with, you don't know what you don't know. Anyway, I did want to keep this short and sweet, and I want to wrap this up. So it's a very good, it's a trippy kind of episode, just because of some of the things that happen on the Tardis. You can see the family bonds break down. And you can, it's actually kind of sad and depressing to watch people who are brothers. They are blood brothers, like same father, same mother, to see what they are willing to do or what they're willing to do to each other for greed, for misplaced love, for lack of trust. Re-examine your own life and see if your priorities are in the right place. This is Rakai Steed, Noob from the Ville. Make sure that you like, comment, share this video as much as possible. And if for some strange reason you have not subscribed yet, hit the button and subscribe now. Check out all the videos in my playlist. Check out all the videos that might speak to you. And I'm not just talking about Doctor Who videos. There's a lot of other stuff in there. Doctor Who just happens to be my jam right now. Remember, whatever you do, it's got to be about this. But even more importantly, it's got to be about this.